Oleksandr Usyk aims to become undisputed heavyweight champion. So this is exactly as expected as it is. You can check out my previous video talking about Usyk not wanting to step aside and the WBO wanting to enforce their mandatory before Anthony Joshua takes on Tyson Fury, because if Oleksandr Usyk for one reason or the other steps aside, or the WBO doesn't enforce this mandatory on AJ, you're going to have AJ take on Pulev. He's going to have back-to-back fights with Tyson Fury if Deontay Wilder doesn't beat Tyson Fury. And then it could be 2022 before we see Usyk get his WBO mandatory shot. And Usyk's probably going to have to take on fighters in between. And he doesn't want to risk, obviously he believes in himself, but he doesn't want to risk losing his basically interim slot as mandatory for AJ to anyone potentially. So Usyk digging his heels in, saying he wants to become undisputed heavyweight champion. And I can't blame him, to be honest, because looking at AJ at this point after AJ's loss to Andy Ruiz, AJ looking a bit vulnerable. Even in the rematch, didn't look too, bold or confident against, with the skill set that Oleksandr Usyk has got. No one should bet on Oleksandr Usyk not being able to defeat Anthony Joshua. He has definitely got the tools in a toolbox to defeat Anthony Joshua. He's got that movement. He's got that slick movement. He's got that, pretty good. Obviously, as I said, he's got good feet. Hand speed is there pretty much. Good hand speed, good technical skills. Can dip in and out of range, slipping shots. Can definitely cause AJ problems in terms of endurance. Obviously, AJ displayed good endurance against Andy Ruiz, but Andy Ruiz didn't have the foot speed to apply the pressure on AJ in order to tell us whether his endurance is really there, if it wasn't really there. But with someone like Usyk, he's definitely got the ability to expose some of the weaknesses Anthony Joshua's got, and no one should rule him out from being able to dethrone AJ as a unified heavyweight champion, and then potentially Usyk going on to take on Tyson Fury. No one should rule out Usyk's capability in being able to defeat Anthony Joshua. So Oleksandr Usyk, says he wants to become undisputed heavyweight champion. Do you guys believe Usyk could become undisputed heavyweight champion? Do you think he could actually beat AJ? Because for me, people always, at the moment, people believe that Usyk hasn't got the power at heavyweight to trouble the big guys. And for me, for me personally, I don't actually think Usyk has that one-hitter quitter knockout power. He's kind of got this kind of how am I going to explain it? He kind of delivers accumulated punishment, so to speak, on his opponents. He just kind of wears them down. Good example is his beating on Tony Bellew. Didn't really get Tony Bellew out of there with that 1 or 2 shots. It was accumulated punishment. He kept finding Tony Bellew's chin, and Tony Bellew has arguably better movement than Anthony Joshua. So if he was able to keep finding, Tony Bellew's chin, can we bet on him not being able to find AJ's chin? People describing AJ as very static. AJ probably have to come in similar to how he came in against Andrew Ruiz in order to combat the movement that Oleksandr Usyk is going to bring to him. But, Usyk, for me, definitely has the tools to beat AJ. At the same time, I believe AJ has the power to definitely knock Usyk out. If he catches Usyk on the chin clean, we haven't really seen Usyk take punishment or take, big shots from heavyweights. That's why I really wanted to see Usyk take on Carlos Takam, to use him as a yardstick to know, how much power he can take on the chin from a proper heavyweight. But it remains to be seen what Usyk is capable of doing at heavyweight, because we haven't seen him take on any real heavyweights apart from Witherspoon, and he didn't look great. But in terms of the Witherspoon fight, obviously that was Usyk's after his layoff, a bit of time off, transitioning to heavyweight division. That was his first fight, so most people just give him the benefit of the doubt. So we have to wait and see what he does. But for Usyk to jump from Witherspoon straight to AJ, quite interesting. Also, people are already forgetting about Usyk taking on Derek Chisora. That would be a good yardstick. Derek Chisora definitely got good heavyweight power, plows pressure. Good to see how Usyk does against Chisora. If Usyk dispatches of Chisora in devastating fashion, I guarantee a lot of people are going to be coming out, backing Usyk to try and, potentially dethrone Anthony Joshua. Reason is people are not really talking about Usyk so much because we haven't really seen him do anything devastating or, shocking in the heavyweight division in terms of knocking out a Chisora or someone that people recognize in terms of their name. But for me, Usyk, can definitely cause Anthony Joshua some problems. In terms of becoming undisputed heavyweight champion, how would Usyk fare against Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder? I feel like it will definitely cause someone like Deontay Wilder problems in terms of movement, and Deontay Wilder landing his right hand. People would definitely suggest that Usyk could beat Deontay Wilder, potentially beat Deontay Wilder on points. Would he knock Deontay Wilder out? With the gaps and loopholes Deontay Wilder has in the defense, Usyk could potentially find Wilder's chin and cause him problems. At the same time, Wilder's always got that one hitter quitter. He could always eventually find Usyk's chin and potentially put Usyk to sleep. But we don't know what kind of shots Usyk can able, what kind of power can he withstand these big guys? We don't know. We're going to see what Usyk does against Derek Chisora. In terms of Tyson Fury, that'll be an interesting chess match. Can Usyk knock Tyson Fury out? I think Tyson Fury's got the defense and maneuverability and elusiveness to be able to evade, probably Usyk's biggest shots or biggest attacks. At the same time, I see that fight as a chess match, probably 12-round decision. Who'd win under 12 rounds? Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see what happens and see what Usyk does against Chisora and see how things map out. Drop your comments in the comment section below. What do you think about Usyk attempt saying he wants to become undisputed heavyweight champion? Can he beat AJ? Can he beat Fury? Drop your comments in the comment section below. What do you guys think? Cool.